which I blame. The Nigerian judiciary is a complete and utter mess. They preside over this injustice, legalized injustice. They allow themselves to be used by the executive, basically to subvert not just the will of the people, but the constitution and judicial process. And that shouldn't be allowed to happen in any sane society. It shouldn't be allowed to happen at all.
Now, okay, let's go to other things, because there are so many things I want to touch with you. Now, you made a speech at the European Union in Brussels. What did you tell them, and how did they receive that speech? Why is it that we don't have a video of you talking to them?
Because a lot of people do not know the length that the Nigerian government will go to suppress our agitation or what they have been doing. There is a particular country that we are having issues with. Once that is resolved, that will make everything public. People don't understand this. That within the EU itself, the United Nations, the various agencies that you have, and all over the world, the Nigerian government is paying billions upon billions of dollars to consultants and lobbies to ensure that our voice is not heard. We have a very tiny, small, should I say, insignificant budget compared to what they have, but we are making very massive inroads. But what I can say to people is that at the end of the day, you will see the result of our diplomatic offensive, and the zoo will not survive it. I assure you.
Okay, in Nigeria today, the battle for 2023 is on. There are a lot of people making statements. One of them is Junaid Mohammed, and he said recently that Igbo people should go to hell if they don't want to, because they are denied presidency in 2023. That if they want to secede, they should secede. What is your take on this talk about 2023 and Igbo people and the presidency?
It's the same talk we've been hearing about since childhood, about reconstruction, rehabilitation, and heaven knows what the R is all about. It's the same thing about the youths of today are the leaders of tomorrow. The same garbage, the same nonsense that never comes to fruition. Anybody thinking that the Fulani cabal will relinquish power to the south come 2023 is not only deluded, but may have the need to see a psychiatric, doctor, because they're not well mentally. They will never do it. They have nothing, absolutely nothing. They have nothing. They contribute nothing to the economy. Absolute zilch, nothing to the economy. What do they contribute? I keep asking them all the time. When was the last time you heard about a Fulani writer? When was the last time you heard about a Fulani poet? Is it because of the almost the how do I put it, the monopoly being run by Dangote? What do they contribute to the economy? It's absolutely zero. They contribute nothing. So they're holding on to power for their lives, because they understand that to relinquish. I mean, of course, they had a bit of it under Jonathan, after Obasanjo and the brief tenure of Yar'Adua. Jonathan came in. They were almost dying on a daily basis. They wanted it back by all means. Thinking that power is coming to the south and wasting their time. I would not allow myself to be drawn into this very debate, because it is very childish. That means that our people have learned nothing. Anybody campaigning, anybody pushing for the presidency to be returned to the south is deluded, quite frankly. I wouldn't even dignify them with any measure of contribution beyond what I've said right now.
Do you think the same thing about this Hanese group that came out and said that people should forget about your movement and your group and Biafra and fight for Igbo presidency, that's what's important?
I think I've lost you. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you. So you didn't hear my question. I can hear you. I'm saying...
I heard the question. It's about anybody can afford to raise, a few friends can gather in a palm wine bar somewhere and raise for 4,500 to 4,600 and pay the nearest journalist to publish their press statement. That doesn't make it credible, valid. It is absolute nonsense. Nobody in their right mind, I repeat, nobody in their right mind will even contemplate the possibility of.
Okay, I think we are having technical difficulties. His line is frozen. We will take a break, and then we'll be right back.
4 years is our turn. You mentioned, does Ohanese have credibility?
Okay.
Who talks about Ohanese? Do they have any credibility at all? Can they convene a meeting, even a local meeting? Anybody will answer? No, of course we won't go there. Because they know that they are just a front, you know, or should I say an extension of the Fulani Caliphate in our land. They do not matter. Nobody takes them seriously. And quite frankly, I'm even shocked that you're raising this very matter. Because Ohanese doesn't exist. They don't exist on the page of newspapers.
All right.
They have no credibility on the ground.
All right. We are running out of time. Let me ask you one more question about Senator Ike Ekweremadu and what happened to him in Germany. I know you've had time to reflect on the treatment he received from some activists, Biafran activists. Do you think that he got the right treatment, and did that treatment advance your goal?
It is a family matter. I've said it before, time and time again. It is a family, it's an entirely family matter. It's not for public ventilation. It's not an issue that I wish to discuss in public. It is a private family matter which has been resolved. And lessons have been learned from it on their part. And I'm sure going forward, every politician now know that they will be held accountable once they step out of the very backward and primitive Africa that they currently inhabit. Once you come out, you know, into Europe or into America, we'll ask you questions. You can't be earning salaries and you're junketing all over the place. You can't be earning salaries and you're going to do New York Festival somewhere. No roads built, no hospitals, nothing, and you're all over the place claiming you're a leader. That will no longer happen. They will be held responsible once they come out, and that is the benchmark that we have set, and we intend to continue doing.
All right, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate that.